Ouch! Man, that sounds horrible. Welcome back to 5MinuteGuitarLessons.com. My name is Craig Cannon and I'm your host. And today's lesson, and we definitely need it today, is today's lesson is on standard tuning and how to get your guitar into standard tuning using the harmonics on the strings of your guitar to find reference pitches. As you can tell, my guitar needs some work today. As with our last couple of lessons, we're going to assume that one of our strings is fairly in tune, and as you can tell by my playing at the beginning, the rest of them are severely out of whack. So we need some help. So let's get right to business. What are harmonics? Well, harmonics are notes that sound when you pluck a string that may not be immediately perceivable to the naked ear. When you pluck a string, there are several notes that actually play. The most predominant is the note, the root note of the string. So when you play an E, you hear that really nice low Om pitch. Well, you might not be able to hear it immediately, but there are also other notes that play. For instance, there's a note that's actually an octave above that that's playing at the same time, and an octave and a fifth above that that's playing at the same time, and two octaves above that. And all of those are happening at the same time when you pluck your string. And it gives it a nice resonance, but you can't really pick up on those other notes. Well, by touching lightly on the guitar at those points that make those harmonics, the 12th fret, the 7th fret, and the 5th fret, you can get three other pitches out of your guitar strings that can help you in your tuning, and that's what we'll be using today. So we'll talk about a little bit about intervals. Between most of the strings on your guitar, most of the pairs of strings, there's an interval called the perfect fourth. If you're into music theory and you understand the major scale, the perfect fourth is really the distance between the root of a scale and the fourth note in a major or minor scale. It sounds like this. That should be the distance between those notes. So those distances are a perfect fourth. When we were doing our relative tuning based on frets last time, you noticed that you should be able to arrive at the pitch you should be able to arrive at the correct pitch for the string that's higher by plucking the note on the lower string on the 5th fret. And you can see that's severely off. We'll bring that pretty close. Still a little bit closer, but still a little bit out. Using harmonics, you can do something a little bit different. If you play the 5th string harmonic on a lower string and the 7th string harmonic on the next string up, they should be the same note. You can tell though that this is still slightly off. But using that, you can bring both strings into tune by the same way, adjusting the tuning peg until you don't hear any more waves. Okay, I think we've done it with that one. You can do that with the distance between the 6th and the 5th strings that we just did. 5th and 4th. Excuse me. There we go. 4th and 3rd. And then the distance between your 3rd and 2nd strings is a little bit different. That's actually what's called a major third. It's the distance between a root and the 3rd note in a major scale, and it's really 4 frets instead of 5. So That's the note that you should be hitting, so you can tell that's a little bit out. Using harmonics, what you can do is take the 7th fret harmonic on the low E string, and that should give you the exact note for that open 2nd string. There we go. And then you can either use the 5th and 7th trick again to go from 2nd to 1st, or you can use the 7th fret on the A string, which makes it a little bit easier to hear. There we go. So take another look at the practice guides online, the practice aids. There are several examples in there of how to use the relative pitches given to you by the harmonics on your guitar. And practice making those harmonics and give this a shot. I think you'll find that in some cases it's more accurate than using the frets, especially on guitars where the action is a little bit higher than some of the other guitars. So thanks again for tuning in to 5MinuteGuitarLessons.com, and we'll see you next time.